Happy New Year, Lisa. It's a rabbit? Year of rabbit. First of all, maybe let's welcome this new year in silence. So, in silence, we are embracing every contents of the awareness. The whole world is our reflection. It's a flowing river of people, events, activities, a circle of birth, growth, aging, and death for any sentient beings or organic creatures or creation, formulation, changing, and destruction for any non-animated stuff or things. But only when we are in total silence we can understand all the events, all the activities, all the birth and death, all the creation and the destruction in a clarity, in a non-attachment, non-resisting perception. We can start observe start to observe the breath inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. We breathe beautifully, automatically. Each inhalation, we downloading the oxygen from the trees, oceans, forests. Thank you, Mother Nature, and Happy New Year. In each breath, we are connected to Mother Nature. And in each exhalation, we output carbon dioxide, CO2. We send our love to the trees, back to the trees, oceans, and the Mother Nature. In silence, we listen more, we hear more, we connect more. By less thinking, less attaching, and less resisting. In silence, we have more accepting, understanding, and connection. In silence, we are more a being than a human. We are so busy as a human. Happy New Year, Vikas. Thank you. So, by saying Happy New Year in silence, in the realm of awareness, we can send all the greetings. We can send this greeting Happy New Year to all the contents of the awareness because the awareness itself is all inclusive. There's no boundary, there's no limit, it's all inclusive. Now you are the sky, saying hello to all the clouds, winds, birds. We are the sky that embraces all the planets, stars, galaxies. The awareness itself is infinitely big and infinitely small. There's no limitation, there's no boundary. It's all inclusive, all embracing. From this perception, Happy New Year, and I love you. How great we are. How powerful this greeting could be. all the oceans, lakes, forests, grasslands, fields, trees, flowers, birds, animals, all the creature in Mother Nature are included in our awareness. Our pets, our teacher, ancestor, all the pioneers in every field, scientist, philosopher, doctors, everyone we love, everyone we love, everyone, everything we remembered, all in this field of awareness. We can send greetings to all of them. Happy New Year. I love you. So Vikas has question here, sir, how to dissolve the egoistic nature? Good question. First of all, the most important thing is all the egos, no matter it's individual or collective, they are empty. They're like reflections in the mirror. They don't have a real self. All the egos, individual or collective, they seem to be exist. They seems to exist because we feed our attention, we feed our energy from the awareness. All the ego are fundamentally empty, meaning they don't have a substantial self. It's an illusion. That's the most important view we need to have before dissolve it. It's like a shadow of our body. Do you fight with any shadow? You realize it's empty. That's the most important step. Or in Buddha's teaching, it's the second moon, a moon in the water. Have you ever bothered by the moon in the water? Or back to the shadow of the body. Have you ever been scared by the shadow of our body? When we walk in the sunlight, there's a shadow behind us. Also in Buddha's teaching, there's another metaphor. A rope in the room which seems like to be a snake. So a rope in the room looks very much like a snake. And the person in the room is scared before he realizes it's a rope only. But once the person in the room discovered there's only a rope in the shape of a snake, then all the fear, all the negativity, in this case, the egoic nature, or all the individual patterns disappeared, dissolved naturally. So right view is the first step in the Eightfold Noble Path. It's so important. Then all our practice will fall into places, will become natural, will become right, followed after the right view, we have right action, right speech, right meditation, right concentration, right livelihood, and so on. Again, I repeat, most important thing in the to answer your question, to dissolve the egoistic nature is to you or we, the awareness, recognize the ego is empty, no matter it's individual or collective, or in a family level. Sometimes the ego is not in only individual, it's a collective thing. And every unawakened or unenlightened being contributes to this empty collective ego. You know what I'm saying? If you look back all the wars in the history, all the conflicts, sufferings in the history is not individual, it's a collective one. But anyway, no matter it's individual, collective, or social, they are empty. They don't have any substantial existence. They don't have a self, a true self. But you, my dear friend, the awareness is the awareness is talking. I am talking as awareness. You are listening as awareness. This thing should be recognized. The awareness should be aware and has to be aware of itself. And everything else is the reflections or contents of the awareness. Reflection in relation to a mirror. We are conscious more than four-dimensional mirror. We are perceiving the world right now. We are projecting a world through our individual eyes and mind and perception. It's okay. It's a gift. But don't be fooled by this limited perception. Let go. Once you can let go all our limited understanding, you become a vast vase or bottle without any walls or rooms or bars. You become transparent, clear, like a crystal. But this crystal is infinite big and infinite small, contains infinite facets, and you can reflect every perspective of life, but you are not prisoned by the reflection, including the ego. Then you are free. You are liberated. You are salvated. So again, this view should be firstly established. Ego is empty. Second step, on top of this understanding, all your practice is to back to the awareness itself. That's why today's topic is New Year, New Identity. If you identify with the body, with the mind, with the person, then we suffer. Definitely, we suffer. Because body, mind, and person are ego-based or are ignorance-based and is subject to birth, growth, aging, and death. Make sense? Every thought, let's say every experience first, every experience we had or we are having now is fleeting. Every relationship, including with our parents, with our partner, with our kids, are relatively in a time zone. Our whole life is in time. I mean, our whole body and mind is in time. Say we can live up to 100 years, and everything happens, no matter how beautiful events or ugly dramas are in this time zone. And every experience is fleeting or relatively could be 5 years or 1 day or 1 minute. No matter it's very short or very like 10 years long, it's fleeting and transient comparing to the awareness itself, which is everlasting. Is 100 years a big number? No, comparing to the everlasting awareness itself is nothing. It's zero, like. So how to dissolve egoistic nature? You don't need any effort. It will dissolve itself. You just purely perceive it's coming and going. Everything comes and goes. Only you is everlasting, the pure perceiving. The awareness that can perceive is everlasting. So we can back to our experience. If you remember when we are toddlers, like 5 or 6, we maybe remember a toy or kind of situation hugged by our mother or father, right? A very good memory of Christmas night or Eve. So like or back to 10 years ago, kind of marriage or celebration, or maybe it's a sad event or terrible event, we always have these memories. We can, like 30 minutes ago, and 10 minutes ago, all the activities in time is connected by one thing. And what's that thing? It's like if you play mala, the beats, 108 beats, and sometimes a meditator count 1 beat, 2 beats. It's a type of meditation, but we have 108 beats. But there's one thing is connecting all the beats. What's that thing? It's the thread, right? Sai in a thread connecting all the beats. In the same way, all the memories, relationship, experience, or events in our life is connected by one thing. And that thing never changed. And it's everlasting. If you recognize that thing, you, the awareness, is the thread that's connecting our experiences of life. Everything is connected here. It's collected, by the awareness self. It's not a thread. It's a more than 4-dimensional conscious mirror. It's a space-like stuff. Maybe the space is the best analogy we can give as a word. But you, the awareness, know. Are you aware? Is your awareness has any shape, color, size, weight, gender, schedule? No. In our direct experience, this awareness is all-inclusive, boundless, unlimited, unconditioned, infinite. So, ego does not have a self, but you, the awareness, has a self. All the egos relies on you. It's a let me check that English word, 寄生虫, how to say. It relies on you to exist. But I'm checking a English word for you. It's a parasite, yes. So the ego is a parasite living on the awareness. Yes, it's a good metaphor. Ego exists only because you, the awareness, feed attention to it. You identify it as you, and you think it's real. As we said in the metaphor before, you think a rope is a snake. It's a wrong view. It's an ignorance. Fundamental ignorance in the past awakening is you don't know who you are. You identify yourself as a body, as a mind, as a person, as a ego. Wrong way. If you go highway, driving the highway, if you drive to wrong way, you will get hurt. You will crash to something. You bump to something. We crash short time, right? In the life. So, first of all, realize ego is empty, is unreal. Second, in the practice, in the meditation, you're doing the vipassana. Vipassana means wisdom, right? So if you're doing the perception that ego is empty or unreal is a wisdom. First, you have to believe it. Then you make your practice based on that belief. Right now, if you can meditate, actually, you are now in a meditative state. Who is watching? Who is listening? Who is talking? Who can rub this hand, these hands? So back to the awareness. Yes, I know I'm talking. I know I'm watching. I know I'm listening. I know I can rub my hands. Always back to the source. Is the source the awareness? Has any size agitated? As awareness, are you agitated? Are you anxious? Are you disturbed? Are you distracted? Are you traumatized by any memory? Can any memory really traumatize you? No. Can any event in the world or any situation in the world can agitate you? Can any news in the newspaper make you anxious or disturb you? It seems disturbed in terms of our feelings, emotions. Yes, there's up and downs. Some day I feel good, the other day I feel okay, some other day I feel sad. But the awareness that is aware of all these up and downs of emotion and feelings, is that the awareness itself in up and downs? No, it's always purely observing. Like now, you're listening, I'm talking. The awareness is always as a background. It's always undisturbed and cannot be disturbed. The awareness is subject to no disturbance. It's always calm, peaceful. What is Vipassana? Vipassana is there's a movement of Vipassana in the 70s in the Western countries, right? So basically, Vipassana is insight to who you are. Or that's a broader meaning. In a narrow meaning, Vipassana is the insight you feel or experience after you can calm down your mind. So comparing to vipassana, there is samatha. There's samatha. We have to calm the mind to a certain level to experience vipassana. So vipassana could be, say, a higher level of meditation. It needs some preparations. Person said, "Thank you, Dong. The teaching is to identify with our pure awareness as our identity. Yes, in contrast to our body and mind, human being." So yes, you're right. So new year, new identity means at this moment, at the coming 2023, I have a new identity, that I am the pure awareness experiencing the whole world in the body mind. Body mind is a kind of contents of the pure awareness. Also, body mind, all the contents of the awareness includes body and mind, also includes all our family, relationship, work, hobby, interests, walking, talking. The awareness is all inclusive. You should experience it instead of just, oh yes, he's right. But now I want to become in all its experience. You are the awareness experiencing the world, projecting a world to experience. So that's the most important level. If you don't have this understanding, all the practice have no purpose. It's just a warming up before marathon. Okay, you haven't on past a marathon yet. Now you know your awareness. You're not the body, mind, and person. Now you have a goal. Now you can do the marathon. Okay, you have a destination to go. In everyday life, in the path of life, you realize you are the awareness. No matter what you're doing, you're listening. I'm talking. Sometimes we're walking from kitchen to the living room, or hiking the mountains, or show our talents in the profession, our workplace. No matter what you're doing or where you are, the awareness is always there. So in every activities, we realize we are the awareness projecting the world and doing in the projecting the world. That's all. And you can enjoy that every doing, every activity, but you're not bound to that activity. You're not attached or prisoned by that activity. You have a total freedom of doing anything. You recognize you are unlimited and cannot be limited. So yes, in contrast to the body, mind, and the human, don't say being, because being is the awareness. Being is a synonym, synonymous with being, or with awareness. Being has no shape. Being has no boundary. There's only one universal ocean of being. Same as there's only one universal ocean of awareness. This ocean has no boundary at all, infinite big and infinite small. You are the consciousness, experiencing in the body, mind, and an individualized perception and understanding. It's okay, we are individuals. We have individualized experience, but only thing And most important thing is not to bind or bound or prisoned, stopped by the experience. You are a drop, you are not a drop in the ocean, okay? Your entire ocean in one drop. Answer is no, as pure awareness can't be affected by those external things, different from emotions and mind. Pay attention to here. I'm not this body, I'm not this mind is a negation way of expressing the ultimate. Sometimes this negation has another problem. I'm not a body mind, so I don't care anymore. This body mind, this world is a whole illusion, so I don't care anymore. I don't do anything anymore. No. So sometimes people go to another extremity. So pay a little attention. Our subtle mind always play tricks and set up its own pit holes to fall. Our mind is individual mind or egoic mind is so cunning. Yes. Now, for example, the ego is the CEO of company. Okay. Now the owner of company want come back after so many years of holidays. Now my awareness want to take charge, take over. Now you ego go. You are fired. The CEO, the ego won't let you. Will grasp his position in every kind of way. Okay, so the question said, answer is no, as pure awareness can't be effective by those external things. That external is not external. So words is very limited here. Every word contains a little weakness. All the events in space-time, all the relationship, all the memory, our job, our feelings, body, mind, is not external. It's all internal. Because it's all inclusive now, right? The awareness the awareness embraces all the experience, all the space and time, and all the events in the space and time. So there's nothing is external. I know what you're saying anyway, but just pay a little attention. There's a subtle risk or trap here. Pure awareness is different from emotions and mind, but the body, mind, feelings, and emotions are the manifestation of the awareness. There's a separation, but there's also union. Or so hard to say. If I am agitated or traumatized, that is ego, right? Because awareness is like a lotus that does not touch water. Yes, lotus is from the water and could be free from the muddy of the water. The agitated or traumatized is the person, is the ego. It's not you, the awareness. The awareness cannot be agitated. It seems to be agitated because you identify the emotions, feelings as you. You don't have that separation. But separation between the awareness and the contents awareness is the first step. The second step is the union. You realize you are the body mind right now at this moment. You are and you are not at the same time. It's very paradoxical. Only in your direct experience you know what I'm saying. It's just like the the quantum theory. They said, how to say the exact word? We got words here. They said that the light is both a particle and a wave, right? Anyway, I will double check later. We are we are in the world, but we are not of this world. And you experience that way. The awareness shines in the awareness. So the world is made of awareness, is part of awareness, but don't you can be freed from the contents awareness. So again, I repeat Rupert Spira's famous quote. I love this quote. What is consciousness? Consciousness is that in which all our experiences are met. Sorry, I repeat. Consciousness is that in which all our experiences appear, of which all the experiences are met, and by which all experiences are known. That's very good definition of who we are actually. I repeat, I want you to experience it, not only understand it. Rupert Spira said he gives a definition of consciousness, or who we are actually. Consciousness is that in which all the experiences appear. Yes, I can see my room. A room is appears in me. My body appears in me. A computer appears in my awareness. So that's the first part. Second part, consciousness is that of which our experiences are made. So there's no separation between the experience and the awareness. There's no separation between the contents of the awareness and the awareness itself, because the experience are made of awareness. You got it now? Because your awareness exists, so does the contents of the awareness, or let's call it your world. Our world is made of our awareness. It's the application of awareness. That's the second part. The third part, consciousness is that by which all the experiences are known. So the awareness has another attribute. It knows. You know you're listening. I know I'm talking. You know everything is there or here. You know your existence. Make sense to you? So beautiful. So simplified. All the spiritual teaching or religious dogma into such a plain yet beautiful, simple, profound quote or sentence by Rupert Spira. Definitely, Rupert Spira is an awakened being. There's no non-religious labeling here, yet express all the Buddha's teaching, all the Jesus teaching. So awareness is undisturbable and unshakable. Yes. Being is a pure awareness. So being and awareness is synonymous. In contrast to human body, unawakened mind, when you are walking, when you are talking about trauma earlier, is the pure awareness now affected by trauma memory in contrast to the person? No, the awareness is always free. The only person for an awakened person, the only problem for an awakened person, they cannot letting go. They didn't or they doesn't recognize, they don't recognize the power, the innate power that they can separate the contents awareness away, or they can separate the awareness away from the contents of awareness. They don't have that power because they never tried, they never experienced, or sometimes they tried. It's a very fleeting moment, and sooner or later they back to their present, ego or in person. That's the there's in the Zen, in the Chan or in the Zen Buddhism, there's a superstar master, sixth patriarch of Huineng, right? The master Huineng, he wrote a poem, 本来无一物，何处染尘埃? So the pure awareness has nothing. It's empty itself. There's no any dust in the. So anyway, if you're back to that competition between Huineng and his senior disciple, his senior peer, Shen Xiu. So Shen Xiu and Huineng, they're two disciples of Hongren, the fifth patriarch of Chan in China. So when the fifth patriarch Hongren tried to pass on his robe and Dharma teaching to his successors, he has two choices. Huineng, which is illiterate. Huineng cannot read. He's illiterate, okay? Has no education at all. But his his senior who followed the fifth patriarch, the senior peers, how to say, classmates, let's say, who followed the fifth patriarch Hongren much earlier than Huineng before, and much educated than Huineng before. They have a competition of a poem to show their understanding of the Dharma teaching from Buddha or from the fifth patriarch Hongren. So basically, Shen Xiu wrote a poem that our mirror, our body is a Bodhi tree, our mind is a sand mirror. So every day I clean my mirror to have no dust on the mirror. Basically, that's Shen Xiu's poem. Again, our body is a Bodhi tree, our mind is a stand mirror, and every day I practice to meditate, to pray, to prostrate, to read the sutras, to clean the dust of the mirror, to make it bright. Okay, that's Shen Xiu's poem. Then comes later the Huineng's poem, which he said, our body is not a Bodhi tree, our mind is sensible issues. Our mind is not a stand mirror, and we don't need clean it every day because it's originally free of dust. So profound. Again, repeat. Our body is not a Bodhi tree. Our mind is not a stand mirror or mirror. There's no need to clean the dust because there's originally no dust. You see that? So this Huineng called sudden enlightenment. You have that vipassana or sudden realization. Yes, everything is our illusion. The body-mind is empty. It's our illusion. Oh. You see, the snake is a rope. It's not a slave. That's all. You see, the whole world is your projection, is illusory. It's called sudden enlightenment. But there's a risk here. From this sudden awakening, you need a gradual awakening, which is a Shen Xiu's poem. You need clean the trace of egoic patterns. You need clean the trace of traumatic memories. You see, sudden and gradual need together. That's a true understanding of a Buddha's teaching. And the true practice really begins after your sudden awakening. Now you have destination. You know, I want to go Rome. And every road leads to Rome. Rome become our final destination, or awakening become our final destination. And you know everything you experience is empty, fleeting, illusory. You can Google yourself the competition between Shen Hui and Huineng. Shen Xiu and Huineng, sorry. So all the trauma, memory, insecurity, suffering, bad memories or negativities has no true essence. There's no dust. in this conscious on this conscious mirror. Nothing really exists in this conscious mind, yet everything has a meaning. It's very paradoxical at this level. So Nagarjuna, the founder of Conscious Only School, Nagarjuna, has established a middle way. There's no nirvana. There's no suffering. Okay, don't attach to nirvana. Nirvana means you try to get rid of suffering and be everlasting peaceful. A good attempt, but there's a risk there. And nirvana is the antidote of suffering. Once you realize there's no suffering, nirvana collapses too. Makes sense? Only when you get sick, you need a medication. You need medicine. But once you realize you're always healthy, you don't need medicine. Same thing is there's. So what are we talking here? What are we doing here? We try to get inside. We try to understand what's going on outside and what's going on inside. What is me? Who am I? The consciousness, and who are those? The contents of awareness. Is that two or one? Is the contents awareness and the awareness itself are two or one? Or not two or not one? You see? Neither two or neither one. Non-dual, you see? Non-dual. The sudden enlightenment and gradual enlightenment, yes. And you realize there's no enlightenment either. It's same thing as I declare, I'm a human. If a Buddha never declare he's a Buddha, because he know he was Buddha, is Buddha, and will be Buddha, and Buddha is timeless title. So you don't declare you're Buddha. In the same way, you don't declare you're human. I'm a human, of course. So you don't declare you're enlightened. Because you're already enlightened. Even enlightenment is a fleeting, temporary, practical technique. Awakening is funny because you realize after a while in being that there's no such thing as awakening the being, just being. Yes, awakened being is in contrast to unawakened being, you see? Of course, as an awakened being, we like to be awakened. That's a good wish, good hope, good attempt. Just a being. And it's a conscious being. It's unlimited, unbound, unconditioned, perfect, complete, all-embracive, all-inclusive, never none, never exclusive, all transparent, connective, yet free from all connection. Luminous, yet embrace the darkness. Silent, yet full of activity. Still, yet full of power of potentials. Formless, yet could be in every form. Shapeless, yet could be in every shape. Colorless, yet manifested in every color. Impersonal, yet could be manifested in every person. It's just like space. Space welcome every shape. I have this thing. Space welcome every shape in between. Also, silence welcome every sound in between. I act the same way with my mom, family, and friends, but I am no longer a self. Cool. It's funny because I see them pretending like they are selves. It's all play. It's like I see me acting, if that makes sense. Good. Yes. You see your breaths, your thoughts arising, your mind. You recognize you're raising your right hand and you're raising your left hand. You play everything. You're hiking. You're walking. You realize it's all playing. Yet you enjoy every place. You're totally free from experience, yet you experience every experience. Every experience is wonderful. It's magic. It's really magic. Every normal experience, like raise up your right hand, it involves so many different things. Raise up your hand is magic. So if you can find extraordinary in every ordinary thing, you become extraordinary. I repeat, every normal thing, underneath every normal thing, if you can find its extraordinary meaning, you are extraordinary. You become extraordinary because you see the truth. You are the truth. And you manifest the truth too. You see, the consciousness is that in which all the experiences appear, of which all the experiences are met, by which all the experiences are known. That's all. That's the final quote. There's a profound meaning in this quote, infinite understanding in this quote. The meditation bell, oh, it's a kind of symbolic in Buddhism religious, right? So this thing This bow first of all, the sound is so calming. Second, there's a symbolic meaning, like Buddha hold the bow. It may represents that bowl to contain the food, right? While Buddha is I won't say begging, ask the food from his neighbors. So maybe this bowl represent the gratitude. You see, also to hold something like all the suffering of the world and digest it. Help others to understand. To it's yes, the bow, the robe that passed down from the fifth patriarch Hongren to sixth patriarch Huineng. Actually, there's a bow there, a bow and a robe like the clothes of a monk. So it's a symbol. It's a reminder that we can return to our Buddha nature, the inner calm, peace, joy, and wisdom. Okay, maybe we could end this session in silence. So now maybe you have different understanding of silence now. Silence is also a understanding, a clarity, a connection, a recognition. Maybe see you tomorrow morning. We still have 1 day holiday today, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Vancouver time.